Have questions about your pets? Looking for your next forever friend? We've got you covered. This is Pet Connection with Energy 95.3. Now, here's Erik Fox.
Yeah, she's really sweet.
And a good Wednesday morning to you. What's going on? It's Erik Fox here at Energy 95.3 here in a lovely office inside air conditioning because as I've shared on the air, my AC at home has been a little wonky, so it's nice to be in AC. And I'm sure Nick and Angela and the rest of the crew are also in some AC right now. We're of course talking about Pet Connection with Kern County Animal Services. How are you guys doing this morning?
We're good. How are you?
Wonderful.
Doing fantastic. You know, it has been a little bit, we took a little break with Pet Connection, but it is back and we're here to meet some forever friends. And I can already tell that, you know what, let's go to the full screen because right there, we have our first guest ready to go. And it's not just Nick right there on the screen, but it's also Maggie. What can you tell us about Maggie?
Maggie,
Go ahead.
Maggie is we were just saying she's so pretty. She's a gorgeous girl. She's got a lot of energy. She's a big girl. She's 80 pounds.
Come on.
She's about 4 years old. She's rolling all over the floor and getting belly scratching right now that you can't see. But she's a bully breed. Like I said, she's a big girl, so she's going to take somebody with some large dog handling skills. About 80 pounds. Still kind of got puppy energy. Very curious, very sweet, very friendly. She's just a gorgeous girl. And I promise you can get a better look at her when she's done rubbing all. There we go.
Speaking of playfulness, Angela, you were saying when you sent me the information of who we were going to meet today, she's been in play groups and very tolerant of other dogs, right?
Yes, yeah. So occasionally in play groups, we do get the puppyish dog that just wants to jump on everybody and act like the class clown. And she's just like, okay, whatever. She's like, I'll put up with it. Come on.
Yeah, she's definitely being a class clown right now. She's like, I'm not going to do what the teacher tells me to do.
Right before we went live.
See, that's the thing is some people do not get to see kind of what we do before we get started here. And she was sitting in that chair like such a like she is right now. That's what we got like 5 minutes of. And then, of course, we go live and she's like, nah, the floor is my thing right now.
Look at that smile.
That is such a gorgeous smile. So you're also saying she's very gentle, takes cookies well. I use that term cookies as well with my dogs instead of the T word treats. And Angela, you were saying she's spayed and ready to go home today, right?
Yes, she can leave today as soon as somebody comes down, does a meet and greet with her, and decides that she's a fit for their family.
Well, let's put that information up so that can occur right now. Maggie is her name. Look at all that just gentleness. We're having a little connection freezing up there, but yeah, you definitely see the cuteness there. A1143492. Maggie is her name.
I wish they could see this. She's on her back, twisting and turning.
Unfortunately, we don't have camera people in our facilities right now, but Maggie is definitely ready to be a playful and also to hide from cameras in your home too. So, if you got any camera setups in your home, maybe she'll hide from them as well. There we go. There's Maggie, A1143492, spayed and ready to go home today. That is Maggie. She definitely needs your love. We got the information right there scrolling at the bottom of the screen, 868-7120, 868-7120. And, of course, you guys can always connect at kerncountyanimalservices.org. So that is Maggie. Such a beautiful
Thank you,
dog.
Maggie. And also, with Maggie or with any other dogs, if you just want to come down and get a sense of whether or not she'd fit in with your family, you can come down and ask for a meet and greet with Maggie, and we'll let you spend a little bit of time with her to see if she's a good match for your family.
It's always a great thing, and of course, bring the kids because I know a lot of kids bug to get pets, but it's always nice to make sure that connection is going to be there for sure. Nick, we were talking before we got started. We've had this heat spell for weeks and weeks now. And I made that joke, but it's a painful joke at the beginning about AC going out of my house and how much that is uncomfortable. But it's also the heat is very uncomfortable for pets. What kind of safety tips and what kind of things should we be thinking of when it comes to our animals in this heat?
This time of year, Erik, it seems like we get these questions all the time, especially with the 4th of July and the heat in Bakersfield summer. And sometimes it feels like it's repetitive. We say the same things, make sure that you treat your pets like you would treat your kids. If it's too hot out, make sure they have protection. By protection, we mean shade, cool water to drink, make sure they're hydrated. But I every now and again, I think that we may have reached that point where we don't have to remind folks that you cannot leave your pets in the car in the Bakersfield heat. And then we see some really tragic and horrific stories in the news, both local and beyond. And it's just worth repeating. You know, it's not a good idea. It's never a good idea. Even if it's just for a few minutes, it is not okay. It's highly illegal. You know, you could be held accountable for a misdemeanor or felony, depending on the damage that it occurs to your dog. Your windows in your vehicle can be legally smashed in order to get that animal out of there if it's dying. It's just all a bad idea. It is not a good idea to leave your pet in your car in the Bakersfield heat, or really any heat, for any amount of time. It's just not worth it. It's going to cause irreparable damage to your dog.
Hold on to it.
And could get you in some serious trouble as well.
It blows my mind sometimes. You know, people don't want to sit in their own car, yet will leave a dog there. But definitely some great advice to definitely just take care of those creatures. I mean, they're our forever friends. They're not just a pet. They're a forever friend. They should definitely be treated that way. Speaking of being treated that way, Nick is getting a lot of puppy love already from our next guest, who is Jazz. Let me get on full screen there so we can see all the love. As soon as I put to the full screen, of course, Jazz is going to go to the floor. But what can you tell us about Jazz?
So while we were waiting for Jazz to come on, he decided he was getting a little hot, so he decided to take a dip in the pool. So Nick is getting all loves from a wet dog right now. So he's approximately 11 months old. And believe it or not, when he came in, you could hold him like a baby. He was a little puppy, but he got sick, so he got treated. And he's pretty much grown up here at the shelter, so he's gotten lots of love, lots of affection. And and he has a toy that came with him that he loves. As you can see.
Yeah, that's not Nick making that noise. That's actually a toy. I'm almost 70% sure of that.
Asher. Jazz.
So Jazz is obviously a little more rambunctious. Still has a lot of puppy energy, right?
Yes. He's 11 months old. He's already 50 pounds, so he is a big boy. There's him with his ball. But he is full of love, and he just likes to run around. He likes to swim, so that would be good if somebody likes to go swimming with their dog. Oh, your chair.
Active family too. Active family.
Yes, very active.
And we're saying, Angela, you were saying probably best with older children, right?
Yeah, he likes to wrestle, and he does tend to get a little rough. So I'm afraid with the real small kids, he may knock them over, and not intentionally, but just being a puppy himself, he doesn't realize just how big he already is.
I totally get that. So definitely, we got the information on screen. Jazz is going the same way of Maggie, of loving the floor, right where we're on camera right now. But it's A1142809. Jazz is loving the toy, so it comes with a toy. Hey, you get a forever friend and a free toy.
If watching this without the audio on, they're going to think it's me that's available for adoption.
Once again, A1142809. That is Jazz, full of energy, loves to play, loves going for dips in the pool. So I mean, if you guys got a pool, you know, it's those older kids, or you know, you can go do a dip and have a friend in the pool with you.
Yeah, if you want to put him on a live web stream or on a tight shot, he won't work out very well.
That's the joy about these live things, you know. Sometimes you just don't know how it's going to go. So that is Jazz once again, A1142809. And Angela, is Jazz ready to go home, or when can Jazz go to a forever home?
Like I said, if they don't have any unaltered female dogs, that way, you know, we don't make puppies anywhere, he would be able to go home today, and then we would schedule him to be neutered in a couple of days.
Gotcha. So if you do not have a unspayed female at home, Jazz can go join you today, A1142809. And of course, we always have that phone number scrolling at the bottom if you need more information. 868-7120, Kern County Animal Services.org. Of course, always looking for fosters. So Nick, if anyone's interested in being a foster pet parent, what can they do to do that?
Yeah, real quick, foster is it's a short-term commitment. So anybody that wants to try out an animal for size, see if it fits with their family or their lifestyle, foster is a good way to go. It's not a long-term commitment. It can be, but it doesn't have to be. So if you want to either foster an animal for a short time, we have programs like the Streets of Bakersfield program that we can send an animal home with you on foster for just a couple hours. And then we have weekend fosters. You can take one of our pets and have it spend the weekend with you. And then we have animals that are in desperate need of foster for medical care too, and that's long-term foster. So all those are situations where you would foster the pet and then return him to us either when he's healthy, he or she is healthy, or when you determine whether or not it's a long-term fit for you. And the way you would fill out an application to become a foster parent is real simple. Just go to our Facebook page, facebook.com/Kern County Animal Services. There's an emergency foster application pinned right to the top of the page. Fill that out. Tell us what you're capable of handling, and we'll get in contact with you when we have something that meets that need.
Always a great program, and our community definitely loves our furry friends, so definitely be a part of that. 868-7120, KernCountyAnimalServices.org. And as Nick said, right there at the Facebook page, you can go check out that application. And even the Streets Bakersfield, if you have a lunch hour and you want a furry friend to join you for a lunch hour, just get them a little taste out of the shelter. It's a nice little break for them, nice little break for you as well. It's always good for your mental health, so definitely be a part of that. Nick, Angela, I always appreciate the time. Let's put the information up one last time before we wrap up here of our friends that we met today. First, we met Maggie, which is that information right there, A114-3492, and Jazz with, I promise that was not Nick making the noise. That was Jazz with his toy, A114-2809. Definitely get me in touch with them, and let's get them a forever home and get you a forever friend. And that's always what our goal here with Pet Connection. Nick, Angela, Kern County Animal Services, always appreciate your time, and we'll check you guys in a couple weeks here. Okay.
As always, I appreciate everything you do for us, Eric. We'll see you next week.
Absolutely. This has been Pet Connection with Energy 95.